save time and put that on for me? No. Hey, watch out. Stay. Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, everybody. Can't let the intro go for too long, but yeah, you're right. I'm being a midnight dragon right now, late night chicken. Well, I'm not a late night chicken, but yeah, I'm kind of dating myself. That is something that we used to drink back in the day, midnight dragon. Yeah, you're right. So it is actually after midnight right now. We're over here at the bank because the dogs need to make a deposit. They need to make a drop. I just couldn't sleep. I've been busy all day slaughtering vampires just to become one. Can't sleep right now. There is a bunch of rain coming in early in the morning, like a good while after sunrise. I'm trying to talk to you and watch what traffic's doing coming in here. So yeah, like the title says, we're gonna go look for bullheads. We'll talk more about what's going on later. The dogs made their final transaction, their drop, their deposit. We're headed away from Taco Bell now. Yeah, back in my late teens and throughout all of my 20s, Midnight Dragon was something you could get for real cheap, mostly on the East Coast. I lived on the East Coast then. However, I am born and raised in Texas, but I did live there for a long time in New York. I don't think it's around anymore. I love how this sign is flickering. It's been doing that for a long time. So earlier, before it got dark, it got as hot as like 84, I believe. It's gonna get warm later today, but there is going to be some rain here and there. Might not be too bad. The dragon is on my mind for more than just the reason of New York. That is my past, but my DNA is part Welsh, and the dragon plays a big role in Welsh mythology. Plus, there are dragons wrapping around each of my legs. I'm wearing pants with dragons on them. They're not Welsh dragons. They are wrapping my legs. This is where I'm at right now. It's like the first place, but it's lit. And it might give me what I need right now. I do have skipjack in my freezer, but there's no way I wanted to wait for that to thaw, and there's no way that I am wasting skipjack that I'm holding on to on bullhead tonight. So this is the option. Catch some bait if I can late at night. Perch fishing late at night can work, doesn't always. Bit of red worm on the hook. Got a bunch of houses around me, so I gotta be quiet. Just need one bait. That is a nice bait. You know, it's kind of hard to walk away after just catching one. Getting a second bait started to take way too long. I brought 3 rods, one for catching bait, one for bass, but it could be a bullhead rod, and 1 rod for bullhead. Now, one of my rods is an ultralight. That's what I caught the bait on. And the 2 other rods are both bass rods. It's actually quite fun to catch bullhead, especially if they're good sizes on a bass rod. We're using small hooks, 2/0 to be exact, octopus. We don't need a big piece of bait. That's why 1 bluegill is very sufficient. Just would have liked to have caught more just for the pleasure of it, I suppose. All right, so here's the setup real quick. Like I said, 2/0 octopus hook, little square of bait, little piece of bait. That's fine right there. Now, we have a steel leader, but it's actually a very thin, light black wire. There's a possibility that we're gonna hit a gar, maybe a shoe pick. It might be water vampires. I'm ready for them. I've been slaughtering them all day. So we have this set up with a cork, about 3/8 ounce bullet weight. There is a wind right now up at 10. Shouldn't be too bad. I like fishing for them under the cork. Even at night, we'll start like that. We might take it off. Probably will eventually. Mostly in the past, when I come out here at the witching hour to catch bullhead, I'm going to spots that kind of have some kind of ambient light. The only ambient light here is that which I've brought. I only brought small sources of light. We're just going to put this right out here. I should have the proper depth. It's about 2 feet or better under the cork, but not more than 2 feet by too much, you know. So that should be a good depth, and we'll just watch it. It's close enough to where I can see it. We'll run this light until the flying vampires start bothering me. I don't want to be constantly slapping, but I don't mind slaughtering more vampires. I've been doing it all day. So why bullheads? Well, the river is still too cold. Yesterday it was 54 degrees. I went out there just to give it a go, and I got so frustrated I almost threw everything into the river and walked home naked. Good thing I didn't do that though, or yeah, probably wouldn't have made it home. So it's 54 degrees. It was 59. A cold front came in last weekend, bam, slammed it down, but not while that cold front was rocking through here. It was like a day or so after the cold front left, it started coming down fast to 54. Yeah, so it rose up during that cold front to 13 something, then it dropped down a little bit underneath 13. It's just dirty and cold right now. And I could go another place and look for catfish, but I was there not too long ago and I don't really want to go there. This is just a surefire fish. I know I'm not going to get skunked. I might have to go to a couple different spots, but yeah, easy peasy, fun to do. Might be getting a bite right now. Too many flying vampires, no bites. I've retreated to one of those areas with the ambient light. It's now 4 a.m. I'm hoping this spot is not choked. I'm tempted to see something else here. Oh, not sure if I would eat that, but maybe we'll try fishing with it. There was a time when I would definitely eat that, but I am definitely not eating that now. This is not looking good, by the way. I've definitely had my fair share of dumpstered pizza. I'm not going to have my fair share tonight, but I put one of those in the back there, give it a go. But I don't know about this spot. It's really choked, really bad. Might not do this. Let's go to another one. I'm real close to where I caught that bluegill, sitting in the rocks. We have the piece of cut bait out there on the bottom. We're going to give it a good go, and then we'll try the pepperoni cheese. Not quite ready for the pepperoni and cheese. No matter where I put this on the bottom, I bring back vegetation, whether either it's snodgrass or it's something else. There's a lot of gar and other things that, well, I know there's gar feeding in front of me because I see it, but there's other things that I'm unaware of. I know they're feeding, I just don't know what they are. Therefore, this is coming back. I'm going to take this finesse worm off because it's a bit spent. This is a shaky head. It's about a 4/0. Whoa. That was a spotted gar. You can't see, but there's a lot. A little tight. There's one right there. Little tiny ones cruising by. The idea is to put pizza on that shaky head, but until we get there, We're going to lower that all the way down. We'll just put it right here. Hopefully that bait is not going to get, yeah, it's perfect. It's floating above the snodgrass. We're going to keep this light on. See if we can bring them in like that. That usually works. We've got a fish on. Oh, it came off. What do you think? Just a piece of pepperoni, or how about a combination? Cheese, maybe some dough. It's probably just cheese and pepperoni. Let's see what happens when we fold it 2 times like that. I'm going to come through just like that. Here pretty soon we'll be able to put something else on this and catch bass, because looks like we're here for the sunrise. That noise was an alligator, small one. We got to get this goggle eye put up because I think I have a cork under over here. I must, because I don't see the cork. I have a tight line though. Something's taking the line like crazy. It's starting to rain too. It's been doing this on and off for the past 20 minutes. Gotcha. Got something here. What do we have? We have a gar is what we have. Finally. Sometimes it bees like that. Here we go. Little spotted gar. This is why I made a strong cup of coffee before coming out here, so I can hang tough for all the time wasted that I'm not catching anything. Oh, you unhooked yourself. I didn't need the multi-tool after all. Get that off to the side. All right, let's pick up the snot rocket. Let go of the net. Come on, you can't take it with you. Just a bit of fun. Just a bit of fun till the sun comes up. Gotcha. Just a little guy. Look at that. Little guy. We're having no luck with the pepperoni, of course. I'm not too surprised. Let's try a piece of crust. I think that's too big, actually. Piece like that. Run the hook right through it. See how long it lasts. It might cause it to float up like that, which is a good thing. We're gonna pick some of this meat off because good carp bait is what I'm thinking. Oh, just a little guy. Look at that. Little guy. I'm gonna spend the rest of the morning throwing stuff for bass. That is a watermelon red speed worm. Haven't fished one in a while. We are going to fish it on a 3/0 weightless. There's no wind right now, so that's what I love doing, throwing weightless baits. I'm gonna throw it straight across. Fish it slow. Just like you would a Cinco, but it doesn't have the same action as a Cinco. When you pick it up and shake it, that tail should jitter, vibrate. Gotcha. Nice. Oh. You guys see what this is? It's not a bass. Oh. Whoa. That was still the first retrieve. Nice. Not what I wanted, but kind of in tune with what we've been doing. We just did it differently. Looks like we got him outside the mouth here. I don't know, did he go for it or did we just luck out with a snag here? I think we should help him. Oh, there he goes. Gotcha. Gotcha. Oh. Yes. That took several casts at different spots down here at the end. But yeah, you're right. That's about a pounder. Decent pounder. Yeah, you're right. Gotcha. Nice. I switched colors after something bit the tail off. June bug this time. Another decent pounder. Yeah, you're right. Haven't done this one in a long time. Mwah. Yeah, you're right. And get some music to release by. Back down to good news. Probably finish in this area. Mikey came out. Whew, I am getting so knackered. No more walking around looking for bass, right? I want to keep catching fish, but it's time to get lazy. I'm gonna come up here and hang out with Mikey in this session the way I started it. First time I met Mikey, he told me, "You want to catch a catfish? You gotta put a hot dog on a jig head." He was younger, right? He had his higher pitched voice, but I didn't know his name. Every time I saw him, I would just go to myself, "That's hot dog on a jig head." And that's what he's fishing right now, is just hot dogs on jig heads. Gotcha. You can actually kind of see the fish right there. Oh, pretty. Gotcha. Always got to catch at least one. That's the first on this session. He's got it. He's got it. Give him a chance. Here we go. He's too little though. He looks familiar as well. There. Oh. Gotcha. Nice little fight for a little guy. Little red ear. There's already something messing with that worm. There's just a lot of fish hanging out in that spot. It's a little guy. You can't even pull the cork under. Oh, but we got him. Excuse me. Little guy. Looks familiar again too. Already have something messing with it. I can see him just gently pulling the cork around. Now we got a turtle making a beeline for us. You better skip us. Oh no, doing a Yui, coming at me. Ooh, that's a big one. He swallowed it. Big cichlid. Rio Grande cichlid. Totally knackered now. It is after 9. We're calling it, guys. Pretty fun. Kind of, I guess you call it an all-nighter, right? Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I'll see you next time.